Hey, good evening. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It is 8 o'clock. It's actually 8:02. My apologies for the 2 minutes of being late. But what's going on? Hey, IG. What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? Hope everybody has had a good day. It is Thursday. It is Thursday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, was not on last week. Wasn't feeling too well. Actually, um, I'm on this new braces journey, y'all. So I had to go to the orthodontist, and that day just didn't work out well for me, pain wise. So I'm like, nah, I'm not going on. So I took a little break, but I am back. I am back. It is Thursday. It is Thursday. Welcome to the Real Life Relationship Growth Renewed channel on Facebook, the Real Life Relationship Growth channel on YouTube and on IG. How y'all doing? So this is Camper Conversations. So real quick, because it's been a minute, and I know based on having to create a new page, there's some new followers, some new people. So I have to say this. I want to say this, guys. We meet on Thursdays. We meet on Thursdays, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This segment is called Camper Conversations. Now, a lot of people have asked me in the past, do I need a camper? Like, what's that mean? So initially, when I got started with this, I have a 30-foot camper. Went in there, was just chilling, relaxing. I'm like, yo, this is a good spot to come on and just chat and talk about some things with my people that I love, and we learn from one another. So the whole criteria and purpose for being here and being on this page, this is the criteria. You have to be single, dating, courting, engaged, married, divorced, or a widower. That is the criteria. That is the criteria. Now, I'm going to make the assumption, I'm going to make a swing at this and say most adults fall into one of those categories. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Most of us fall into one of those categories. So if you fall into any of those categories, this is the page, this is the group, this is the family, this is the get together for you. Because what we do here, we come together and we learn from one another. That's what we do. That's what we do. I am not a relationship expert. I'm just a Black woman in this world, living it, doing the damn thing, and enjoying myself in the process. That is who I am. That is who I am. But we do from time to time have professionals affiliated. We have professionals that come on as guests. We talk finances. We talk in-laws. We talk stepkids. We talk husband and wife. We talk the courting stage. All of those things. I may have had some experiences in my life that may help you out a little bit. And you may have had some experiences that can help me out or help out, anybody, somebody. So we are not here to change minds. We're not here to tell you what to do. We are here to just give some different perspectives, some different takes on life and relationship. And the whole goal is to make this thing great. To make this thing great. Because relationships can be tough in themselves as is. So week before last, if y'all missed it, it was my first Thursday back because we had a segment that was called It's Your Fault. It's Your Fault. We had that segment. I had a crew on. We went 8 weeks with the It's Your Fault. We went with the 8 weeks of the It's Your Fault series. And that thing was good, y'all. So listen, this is what I need y'all to do. If you have not already, if you have not, you're new, do me a favor. Go to YouTube, please, and subscribe. Go to YouTube and subscribe to the Real Life Relationship Growth channel. Hit the bell icon so you'll know when we're coming on. Do the subscription thing, y'all. Let's help this thing grow. But what you can do while you're there are almost, kind of lost count, at least about 200 videos that were previously recorded that were previously had gone live, and they are presented there on the YouTube channel. So go there, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and continue to like the videos. And the great thing about that is you can come back later. If you're at work, if you forgot, if something is going on, you will have the opportunity to be able to go back, see the videos, make your comments, all of that stuff. And you can do that on the Facebook page as well. But on Facebook, it is, I'm sorry, y'all, we got to do some housekeeping. Hadn't been here for a little bit. The Real Life Relationship Growth Renewed channel on Facebook. Renewed, because y'all, the page got hacked and I had to do some recreating. So we are renewed, but we're still the same thing. We're still doing the same thing, still same mindset. All right. So you can follow that page as well. Y'all, I'm trying to get this thing right. Got a few things going on, but we got it. All right. So yeah, we're gonna get started. The week before last, the title of the live was Sticks and Stones. Ladies, do you speak life into your man? Are you speaking life into your man? And I had a platform of women, married women, single women, that was on there, and we chopped it up and we talked, and that thing was good. It was all ladies, perspectives from different ladies, married, single, life. Tonight, y'all, and I'm excited about this. The topic is Sticks and Stones. Does she feel submissive? And guess what, y'all? Y'all probably already guessed it and know. The platform tonight is the brothers. All the brothers. Big up to my brothers. I have to say this all the time. You all are doing the thing. You guys, even before the page got hacked, even, before the page did get hacked, you all were really there. You all made this thing good. You all did a lot of commenting and sending me information and sending things to be able to have different topics and different discussions. So I really, really appreciate y'all. Ladies, I like you. I love y'all too. But when the men get involved, man, I am a strong believer in the male being the leader. I am a strong believer in that. So when you have men who are trying to do the right thing and working on being there for their family and things like that, you can't do nothing better. So I got a question, y'all. I need y'all to help me out. I am not seeing us come up on Facebook. I'm not coming to see them. If you are on Facebook, because I see there are 5 people viewing. IG, you guys are in your own island. Hey, IG. Still haven't gotten y'all connected to Restream. But I am not seeing the stream going on Facebook. I'm going to have to check with my guests. But, let's do this. We're going to go ahead and get going. I'm going to introduce the brothers. Let me introduce the brothers, and then we'll see what that looks like and see what we can do about that if Facebook is not showing up. Okay. He's saying he's not seeing it on Facebook either. Let's do this. Okay. YouTube. I'm getting a message that most people are having to go to YouTube. Y'all, I'm sorry. I don't know how that happened, but let me get the brothers on, and then I'm going to work on it real quick, because one of the brothers on here, you know what? Let me just introduce him first. I'm going to introduce him first. This man, he is my brother from another mother. I've known this gentleman, since my senior year of high school. So he's been around for a minute in my life, and he actually helped me get this started with Restream. So a little bit about him. He was previously married. He has previous marriage experience. He's not just enjoying single life. He's a published author. He's a poet. And you can follow him on social media at Soul Toucher the Poet and on Trek through Poetry Podcast and the King and I, EYE podcast. So let me bring my brother on here from another, my boy King. Hey.
What's up? What's up?
Good evening.
Good evening.
So, I'm not sure why we're not seeing Facebook on here. I see it up in the corner.
I don't know.
Can I hit edit channels while I'm in this thing?
You should be able to.
I should be able to. Okay, let me see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let me try to. I see it up. It's saying unable to connect. I wonder why that is.
You know what?
Okay.
Just leave it alone. Roll with Facebook, and let's get this party started.
I agree. Let's go ahead and do that. I agree. All right. So, next up. Let me get this out of the way. My apologies, y'all. All right. So listen, I hope y'all catching up on YouTube. I'm going to type on Facebook for everybody to go to YouTube. But give me a second, and I'll do that. Next up, this gentleman I met by way of his lovely wife. So this is the intro. Jerome Harding is married to Christine Harding. They met on eHarmony January 31st, 2018. They dated for 3 years. Jerome proposed to Christine on September 12th, 2020. They exchanged wedding vows on July 31st, 2021. It will be 3 years of marriage this July 31st, 2024, making a total of 6 years and 3 months of being together. Mr. Harding, good evening. Hey.
Hello, everybody.
So real quick, y'all, I met Jerome's wife on Facebook. Man, it had to be at least 9 years ago now. And we connected and we hit it off, y'all. And let me tell you, when I say social media, people sometimes get into social media is bad and this and this and that. And I'm a strong believer it's what you do with it. Crystal and her husband came to my 50th birthday party. We had never laid eyes on each other physically. We hugged each other for the first time at my 50th birthday party here in Atlanta. They came. She lives in California. I'm not sure if you guys were in Alabama at that time.
Yeah.
Okay. And we have been rocking it ever since. So I truly appreciate you, Jerome, for coming on. You know, when a wife asks and a man appeases, that's a beautiful thing.
I'll tell you after tonight.
Huh? What you say after tonight?
I said, I'll tell you how it goes after tonight.
All right. We gonna see. But look, y'all already solid. Y'all already there. So there is no interruption with that. So you guys, I do have two more gentlemen coming on to join. One is here. He's waiting in the backdrop. Now I have to give y'all a warning on this brother right here.
Here we go.
This brother, this is literally my blood biological brother. This is my brother. He's 2 years over me. This is my brother Llewellyn. And yeah, you know what? Let me just my brother Llewellyn Joseph, he's a master auto technician. Brother is 54. Like I said, he's 2 years older than me. He resides in Arlington, Texas. I'm gonna let y'all know he's taking his lunch break to be here. I asked him to be on, and he was like, "Sure, sis." So he's taking his lunch break. So let me get on this. And so if y'all see him sneaking a little drink or something like that, just know the brother gotta eat. He gotta eat because he's at work. He's at work.
Sneaking a drink? But wait, sneaking a drink? Wait
Juice,
a minute.
juice, salt, water.
Hey,
Sneaking a drink.
Clarify here.
Hey, Lou.
Like, hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's up, big brother?
Hey, trying to stay out the way.
Trying to stay out the way.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate you being here. So our last guest that's coming on is actually my nephew, Dominic. Dominic is gonna come in because he is doing what he does. He is taking care of his family. So he will be on in a short. He will be on in the short, and we'll get Dominic on, and I'll do his little intro when he's ready to come on tonight. All right, sirs, fellas, men. I'm so glad y'all here. I really appreciate it. So this topic that we're talking about, sticks and stones. Does she feel submissive? I'm not going to do a lot of talking tonight, y'all, because when I say I want the men to spit some knowledge to us, I want the men to give us their perspective and their feeling and their thought on this topic. Because the word submissive tends to be a taboo in some arenas, in some areas. Some women hear the word submissive and they looking crazy. I personally don't think submissive is a bad word. It's a bad term. I don't see that at all. You guys, I'm putting YouTube up because I need y'all to go to YouTube. I'm going to let Facebook know. IG, y'all are good. Y'all are already here and seeing it. But I'm going to put a message on the Facebook because people were waiting. And my apologies. I'm not sure what happened. But is she submissive? Does she feel submissive? So, King, I want to start with you, sir. Like, when you hear that, when you heard the topic, when I asked you about coming on and you heard the topic, what was the first thing you thought?
What am I getting myself into? That's the first thing I thought. But when I think about that topic, I have to think about the mindset of individuals in these times, because I know for myself when I was younger, when I heard that submissive thing, I was like, I don't want no slave. That's where my head was then.
Okay.
But now, when I think about it and I hear this conversation in a lot of these spaces, everybody has their own definition of submissive, and it's all over the place, but it has one central thing. Is this woman, does this woman feel comfortable allowing you to lead the household, the family, the tribe, the crew, to the point where she does not have to put on suspenders, for lack of a better definition, and allow you to be that man in that space to make this family productive and move forward?
Okay. All right, Mr. Harding. What was your thought when you saw the topic? What was your thought?
I said it's going to be a long night. Because when you talk submissive or submitting, that's for sure a very hot topic. But my first thought when you talk about submissiveness, I immediately went to the spiritual aspect of it, because spiritually, I think is the foundation of how you operate in submissiveness. And I think the misconstrued concept is it's man controlling and dictating, but that's not really the whole purpose of it. If you're a Bible reader and get into that, even if you're not, That whole foundation is built on really just the idea of respect and acknowledging your partner, and it's an order that that's been laid out and not to be taken to what's the best way I could say it, to use it as a tool to have a power over someone, because that's not the purpose.
Okay. 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 Big brother Lou.
All right. Well, when I first heard it,
What you
honestly,
think?
I didn't even know what it meant. Uh, I know what the word submissive means, but to be submissive in a relationship, um, even if I had a partner that was, I don't think I would know what it actually is. Uh, because when I think of it as someone uh, pretty much putting their needs and everything to the side uh, to appease you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
I can
Wow.
relate to that.
Yeah. Let me tell you, y'all brothers came out the gate. I was not ready. I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest. I love it. I love it. I love every perspective that was just laid out. Every perspective that was just laid out. Hey Ashley. Hey Paul, which is Claudette, Paul and Claudette. I like to always say hello to everybody that's coming on, y'all. I did let Facebook know where we were, so hopefully everybody will come on over. But it looks like we're doing good. Looks like we're doing good. Um, who was that? Also, Mr. Fat Pocket Jazz. What's up, sir? All right. So again, week before last, the ladies kind of honed in on the things that they realized their men needed to help them. The whole sense of it was how you make your man feel, how you encourage him, how you uplift him, because it's so easy to tear a brother down. It's so easy to do that. And I have to say, as a woman who's been through different relationships and different experiences, I kind of got to a point at one time where it was about me. I'm like, I don't care what the brother needs. If my needs aren't being met, he can kind of forget it. He can kind of forget it. So I kind of operated like that for a while. Then I realized, and like Jerome was mentioning in the Bible, and just to be clear, we're not one world of believers right here. We're not one world of believers. There are so many different beliefs. And I think the core of all beliefs speak love and respect. I truly believe that. I don't know of any, and I don't know them all, of course, but I don't know of any that speaks. So whether you are a believer in the Word of God, the Bible, that's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about that positivity that goes across streams, right? So I am a believer in Jesus. I read the Bible. I study the Bible. That comes my core, right? So when I started really understanding what submissiveness meant, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. I wanted to be that woman. I wanted to be that woman that would submit to my husband and trust him and feel safe and secure, because that's all the things that we ladies look for. I wanted to be that woman. Like, I started preparing my mind, and my prayers started saying, Lord, let me have a husband. Prepare me to be that woman for that man. Because it seemed like that side of it seemed like it was so much better. It was so much better. So again, the ladies talked about what kind of things we could do to encourage our men, to make our men feel like men, regardless of what they battling out there in the streets. So can we take it from that perspective? Either one of y'all could could go in with your thought of that. But can we take it to that perspective of what does it look like for a woman, or what should it look like, or what does it need to look like for her to be like, oh,
So,
I'm going to submit to this brother.
so I'll jump into the deep end of the pool and heat it up real quick. I think when you mentioned being secure, the security of a woman is priority to her, especially when you're talking about a man being a man leading, and her being able to do the woosah, if you will. The
Mm-hmm.
true thing there is can she trust you? Because she's trusting you not only with her heart, she's trusting you with her finances, she's trusting you with family, she's trusting you with a whole lot of things that hurt people if you take advantage of those areas that are key to a person, specifically a woman in this case. So I
Mm-hmm.
think men have to prove themselves worthy of being followed, if you will, and being submitted to. It's not just a title that you have. You have to be able to operate in that title and make things function as they should so people can be comfortable, specifically your person.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Anybody else want to take that? What does it look like?
Um,
What should it look like for her?
um, I'm going to pick up on something that you said. You said, "What can a woman do to make a man feel?" Um, First of all, why does a man need a woman to make him feel that way? Uh, a man should, and it may be an unpopular position, but in my opinion, a man should come into that situation knowing that that's his role, knowing that that's his ability, and that woman should be able to look at that man and identify that. A woman should not have to do anything to make me feel like she can feel that she could submit to me. When
Mm,
a man comes into that situation, puff your chest out, stand up straight, and you lay down the law in a manner in which she says, that's a man. All I need to do is support what he's doing. I should not have to, as a woman, I should not have to go out of my way to breastfeed this man into being a man that I can
uh-oh.
submit to. Like,
Uh-oh.
help me understand. I mean, to me, when it goes down that road, it's like that millennial thinking where these men have to be pacified into being a man. Dude,
Mm,
pull your pants up. Get your head on straight. Let this woman know I am your guy. You can depend on me. I don't need you to make me feel like I can be on the throne. I need you to recognize that I'm on the throne and you're right beside me, in front of me, behind me, or whatever the case may be, that I got you.
mm.
But
I'm sorry.
hey, but Donna, what he said is probably one of the challenges about submissiveness, because you hear women say, "Oh, I want that kind of man." But
Mm,
Mhm.
get that man, it's not as easy as it sounds, because if he's a real man, there are going to be things that he just described that happen because he knows it.
mm-hmm.
Again, it's not a control factor, but a real man knows what he needs to do.
Yeah.
And that's an awkward environment if you're not accustomed to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It,
think. Yeah, I think a lot of women also look at it as uh, something that's controlling. You know, I've had women tell me, I don't need you to take care of me. I don't need you to do this. I don't need you to do that. Anybody that I've ever been with, I told them, work if you want to. If you don't want to work, don't work. You want to stay home, stay home. But do the things that need to happen at home because I'm a provider.
mm-hmm.
That's what I do. I go out and get it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, uh, and people say, you need two incomes in this day and time. Well, I'm gonna hold both of them if I need to.
Uh-oh.
you know. But and doing that, I found that the women that I were with were uh, they were secure financially, you
Mm,
know, but uh, in other aspects of the relationship, they weren't. And my thoughts were, you know, you have a nice home, you have a nice car, you know, you say, hey, I want some new furniture. I said, go to the bank. You know, I want another car. I said, go to the bank. You know, but I wasn't providing, uh, uh, I guess, the nourishment, you know, for her heart, and
mm,
you know, that killed it all.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Donna, you just posted Paul Rogers' comment. That is like absolutely on point. Um, the way he described that is, and I wish we could have this. It's almost like a Yelp for men. You know, you go to Yelp to look at the ratings for a restaurant or a painter or a mechanic, etc. And you look for that experience. That have they done this? Have they
Wow.
proven they can do this? And if you have a man that has proven his place, his abilities to provide, protect, to give you that comfort, trust it, because he's not going to misuse it if
Mm-hmm.
he's grounded properly.
If he's grounded probably
Mhm.
good. I'm gonna read that comment. So just FYI, when we see Paul Rogers, that is my sister and my brother-in-law. They kind of share the page. So she said, submissive to me means trusting my husband and his decisions, even if I don't agree with them, knowing that he knows best because all these years he has demonstrated that. Most definitely. Most definitely. It takes that demonstration. It takes that demonstration. I want to go back to King for a minute
Hmm.
because King said a few things that kind of made me shimmy a little bit as a woman. King said some things because I don't care. I'm bold enough to say this, and a lot of women are like, "Well, we different." Da da da. Come on, the core of a system, the core of a woman that is in a heterosexual relationship with a man desires to see what King described. That brother, that he's not overbearing, he's not controlling, he's not abusive, of course, but he has a presence about himself that all you got to do is watch, and submitting to him. I got y'all look. I got to put this caption up on this one, y'all. Y'all fellas, y'all probably know which one coming. But I couldn't wait to put this one up. Where is it? That speaks to me kind of to the definition of what a part of what King was saying and the point kind of that he was making. That's me. I'm the only lady on the panel. I'm the only woman on the panel. So that to me said that brother showed that, and y'all forget the fact that he's in armor and this was
Hmm.
way back sometime. Let's just look at the point of the picture. Like she is looking at this man like, I am, brother, what you want me to do, where you want me to go, what you say. Because to me, he has shown, and the armor is showing, he has protected, he has provided, he has stimulated her in a way that she is bending down on her knees, looking up to this man. What's y'all thoughts on this picture? What's y'all thoughts?
That a lot of women today say I ain't getting on my knees. Huh.
For no reason,
Yeah.
not even to please
I
you.
felt, yeah, I felt the earth shake when you put that one up.
Yeah. So okay, so let's go with the why. Because remember I said at the beginning, I this picture right here, meant so many different things to me back in the day.
I think King hit it on the why, because there's a lot of men out here that that require pacifying. You
Ah,
know, there's a lot of men that require pacifying. You see all these women writing these songs about your mama should have raised you. I'm not gonna raise you too. You know,
mm-hmm,
there's a
mm-hmm,
lot of men out here that these women feel that they still have to raise. And King hit it right on the head. You know, she shouldn't have to feel that she got to raise you. You know, when you come into it, she should see that strong individual. She should see how you carry yourself and how you take care of business.
mm-hmm.
And when they see that, uh, and you show them that, then I don't think they have a problem following you. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Were you gonna say something wrong?
Yeah, I was going to say this one's probably going to get me in trouble, but I
Come
think
on with it.
we as black men and black women aren't healed because
Hmm.
our past. Because I've had my male uncles and male friends when I was a kid telling me what I was supposed to be as a man to be a man, and it
Mm-hmm,
wasn't treating women properly. Now, my dad taught me the things how you're supposed to treat a woman,
mm-hmm.
but you look at our black women and what they've gone through and how they've been treated. That's passed down to their daughters to protect themselves. Because I've taught my daughter to be eyes open
Yeah,
and
don't take no stuff.
exactly.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
and we have taken advantage of our women over time because we say this is a man-dominated society. We tend to believe that's how we supposed to operate,
Yes.
and hurt doesn't care where you're male or female.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you made that point. That was perfect. That was, and I'm tell you in the perfect sense of sometimes we forget that people have a past. And in them having a past, trying to move into a future with someone, there's still all this residual junk that they may not have dealt with properly. They may not have dealt with properly. So for those of y'all know that this is my moment. And I keep saying I'm gonna get a bell. Somebody send me a bell. Ding ding ding. Counseling. Counseling. When you realize that you have tried over and over and over again and you still getting it wrong, go sit down, lay down, jump on somebody's couch that can help you talk these things out because that residual foolishness will keep you down and keep you away from a great man or a great woman or a great woman. So I think as a narrative, okay, it's our fourth man is about to join us in a second. I think as society goes, like you said, Jerome, you got the men over here saying you got to get all you can, do this, do that. Then you have the what it seems like the few on this side that says, no, this is how you treat a woman. This is how you make her feel. This is how you show up. Like King and Llewellyn said, this is how you show up to make her want to be that person and that woman. Um, so let's talk about the unhealed stuff. Let's elaborate a little bit more on that with the unhealed stuff. Because as a woman, I know my unhealed stuff, again, it would not allow me to be submissive. It wouldn't even allow me to think of it, to think about it. So, how would y'all, or if you've had this experience, how do you handle a woman who is unhealed, but you know there's some qualities about this chick that you're like, oh, come on, King.
I feel like you are talking directly to me with that whole little thing from my last marriage.
Okay.
um, so like like Jerome was saying about and y'all was speaking about counseling. The one thing about it is, first and foremost, everyone, man, woman, or whatever, has to dig deep and find out what they are harboring, holding on to, carrying, stuffing in their bag or whatever, and identify with that. Second thing is, yes, counseling is good. However, do not take up residence on anyone's couch, because you're supposed to graduate out of counseling and take those tools and better yourself. And that goes along with digging deep inside and saying, hey, I have this going on, this going on, this going on. I know I have this going on. I know
Uh-huh.
this is not how I want to be treated. So why am I treating other people like this?
Like
And
this.
take all of those tools and say, you know what? If I grew up in this type of environment and I know I don't want to keep passing this on, I need to
Mm-hmm.
leave that behind and elevate myself so that I can be productive in a relationship, so that I can be comfortable submitting or creating an environment to where someone can submit. That way we can grow and we don't have so much luggage and baggage and trash that we're dragging along that is keeping us from progressing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Y'all give me one sec because Nick is ready to come on. Nick's intro, it says he and his wife dated for 2 years and they've been married now for almost 1 year. And they're raising 2 kids together, y'all. When I say, I always have to say this, when I say I have so much respect for this young man right here, and not just because he's my nephew, but I've had some opportunities to spend time with him and his family. And I had to tell him, nephew, you doing the thing. You are getting it right. This is my nephew, Nick. Hey, Nick.
Hey,
Hey, Nick.
All right,
Yup.
Nick.
I'm gonna speak some facts on here, some truth.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you, have you been able to tune in to catch up and see where we were? So I
Yeah,
don't
I've
need to
kind
really kind of catch you up, huh?
of 10, 15 minutes or so for sure. But yeah, no, I don't mind
Okay,
getting caught up a little bit.
okay. So, of course, with our topic being, is she willing to submit? Does she submit? Does she feel like she can submit? Like she can submit. So you are married now, got a year going into this thing almost.
A
What
rookie in the
does
game.
what yeah. And let me tell y'all, let me give y'all a little snippet real quick. I wanted an array of ages of men on here, and that's what we got. So Nick, how old are you?
I'm 33.
33. All right, sir. Okay. All right. So when you heard the word submissive, when you saw the topic that your auntie sent you, Nick, what was your first thought?
Yeah, yeah. Me and my friends have conversations like this all the time. Definitely, my first thought is what level are we talking about? Are we, I'm coming home and she's got things ready for me. She's doing what I say. Are we talking about where she's just gonna follow my lead if I'm gonna, try to lay out the plan and she's gonna go along with it? So I always this word sometimes can be triggering because there's so many different levels of it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know some people that where we feel like as the man of the house and the leader of the family, we feel the woman should just be on board with what we're doing, what our plan is, what we got going on. And then sometimes, I know some people in some situations where there's a sole bread earner. The wife takes care of the home, and they feel that pretty much what they say is word because of that green aspect, that money.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely was some of my initial thoughts. Like, all right, what levels are we talking about here? And how do I go about this the right way with making sure it's it comes across the right way.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. So yeah, and that's good because we didn't, and y'all help me out. I don't think we did. I don't think we touched on that. What Nick just said.
Mhm.
Mm.
I'm not sure we touched on that different aspect of what that looks,
No, we didn't.
especially
We
Yeah.
didn't.
yeah. Yeah. So what, sir? That's what I'm talking about. That's my nephew, y'all. I'm just sorry. What do y'all think about what he said, man? What do y'all think?
I think it's interesting, especially when you bring up the woman that makes more than a man. Um, for some reason, uh, some women feel as though because she's the bigger breadwinner or the sole breadwinner that she wears the pants, and some men feel like because she is the sole breadwinner or the bigger breadwinner that he feels emancipated. My thing about that is if you two are a team and you coming together to build something, put all that aside and figure out what your core is in that relationship. you
Mm,
know, it doesn't matter
mm,
who makes the most money because for me, if I make more money or if I'm the sole breadwinner, I'm not going to treat you like you're beneath me. I'm going to treat you like you're my partner. And if she makes more money than me or she's the sole breadwinner, I would expect her to treat me the same way. If
mhm.
we can't have that dynamic, then what is our purpose? I'm not a big Bible person, so I'm not going to, look that route. But however,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm coming to you and you're coming to me and we're in a partnership, then we have to have a mutual level of respect and we treat each other that way because if you make more money than me or you're the sole breadwinner and if someone comes and wants to punch you in the face, if you carrying yourself like that, I'm gonna say you go ahead and handle that because you feel as if I'm not your man. So don't look to me in
Don't look
times
at
of
me now,
crisis.
huh?
Yeah, don't look at me now like I'm your man. Like let me be your man. Don't you know don't treat me like we on Housewives or anything like that. Like don't do that.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
I
I'll
think I have a
say,
different view on this whole topic. Sorry, I'll just put out my view. I feel that we're coming from. I did miss a lot of it because I really love the point that you made about how everyone should come equally yoked. That's one thing that I feel like in my family dynamic that has worked so well for us is to say we're gonna play at our strengths and we're gonna bring the best things that we have to the table. And no matter what we're doing, whether it's you're a better home taker, or I'm better at making financial, or you're better at making money than me, so maybe I could take care of the home a little bit better. It really don't matter. What really matters is the strengths that you have and what you can, bring together to make a cohesive unit. So
Mm-hmm.
when somebody's making more money than the other person or anything like that, that doesn't matter because I do feel like where you're lacking in one area, that's where I'm picking up in the other, which
Right.
is kind of where kind of where I find like the perfect relationships come from is where you really that cliche of saying like we really complete each other because
Yeah.
one's lacking, I'm feeling, and it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm gonna be the one that cuts the grass. I'm gonna be the one that goes downstairs. It's not because I'm the man, it's just because I'm better at that than you.
Yeah.
You know?
Jerome, you were getting ready to say?
yeah, I'm going to say it from a different perspective. I think if you reach a relationship and money is an issue, whether she makes more, you missed it in the vetting process. When
Mm.
you met that person, that should have been
Mhm.
a hot topic to understand the mentality of each person and the character. Because if
Right.
they're that way, that whether it's the female believing she's in charge because she makes more, or the man is insecure about it, or he can't walk into that relationship, then that should have been cut off at the beginning.
So
Because if
Jerome,
you,
do me a favor. Do me a favor. The word vetting, it's been floating around a lot now. It may be a new word. I think it's a new word. It's been floating around. Give us the definition or paraphrase or whatever, but the meaning of vetting. What does that mean?
Because I was looking it up.
it's truly asking the right questions, in layman's terms, about what it is that are your deal breakers, and asking those questions. Can I deal with this? Can I live with that? You need to know those things up front, because if you don't, the smile and the looks, all of that is great. But and
Right.
when life hits the road,
Mm,
it's a different ball game. And if you don't know that about the person from the beginning, there is no recalibrating
yeah,
later.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
love won't do it.
yeah. I heard a term. I watched a
You,
video the other day, and the young lady was saying deal breakers should happen during the dating stage. Once
Right.
you get married, no deal breakers. We here. You should have known.
Right.
That should have already happened. And that brought a new knowledge to me because I always thought of deal breakers as say we're married and you do something that I consider is a break of a deal. That's a deal breaker. Now we talking about cheating and abuse, things like that. There's no time frame on that being an issue to break a deal, to break whatever. But deal breakers, like the vetting process, you need to know those things through the dating process. Seeing who she is or seeing who he is while you are dating, which is why I think it's so important to see people at their worst when you're dating. See people at their see them with they lose their job, their car break down, they get sick. I need to see this brother in all these capacities. I need to
Hmm.
see what that looks like, and that's a good thing. So, Jerome, thank you for using that term. Thank you for
I
using.
had a friend that just broke up on vacation, and I said, "Look, you got to go on vacation with someone to really know if you're gonna be down with them, because
Take
that's
a
sometimes
trip.
that's when stuff get real on that vacation."
Hmm.
I told him before
hey,
he
I,
left. He admitted it.
So
I don't know
Take
if
I
a
I'm
know
that
a young,
bold.
trip.
I know a young lady that she told me, you know, you will never see me without my wig, my makeup, my lashes, ever. And I said, so if we get married, I never see you like that. And she said, no. I said, but I'm gonna have to see you like that before I even marry you, because I mean, it don't matter to me if you bald headed under the wig. If I love you, I love you, but yeah, I'm not gonna take that chance. You, you know, I get with you and you. Mm-mm.
So
Mm.
so not to deter from that conversation, but this is my
Yeah.
philosophy. Is what is the real purpose of us being married or in a relationship? We all want
Ooh.
companionship, right?
Mhm.
Right,
We
right.
all want
Mm-hmm.
to be cared for, of have that affection one for the other. We can find partners to make money. We can go buy houses, we can buy cars, we can do whatever else. But what's at the core when you strip all of that away? What does the human being really look for when you talk about a mate?
I,
Mhm.
I want to say
Mhm.
real quick because, and again, I'm gonna shut up because I want y'all. But that is a really, really good question, and I just think a little snippet of it. I feel like that life, society, everything speaks to that. So a lot of people feel like I gotta be in a relationship. I gotta have a man. I gotta have a woman. I gotta this. I gotta that. So if you don't have a strong foundation and a core for it,
Yeah.
then good question. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, brothers.
Mm.
You know what? That
Yeah.
that is a good question, and for me at this age, at 51, I would have to say that depends on where you are in your life when you're asking yourself that question, or when someone is asking you that question. Because at this age, not to be overly sarcastic or anything like that, I don't want to die in my house by myself. I mean,
Yeah.
when I think about marriage,
Mm.
because like I've had my kids, I've had most of my ups and downs that I've gone through at those portions in my life. I'm pretty sure there may be some others. However, I'm thinking about my life at this point, and for me to say why would I want to be married if I ever do it again? is because I don't want to be laying in my house for 3 weeks or a month and nobody know what the hell is going on with me, because I'm known for like ripping and running and not telling people where I'm at or what I'm doing. Um, but it would be nice to have that person that is my partner, my ride or die, my rock, my friend, my love, this, that, and the other. But quite honestly, at the top of my list is I don't want to die in my house by myself.
I feel
Okay.
that. I feel that. Hey,
Mm.
look, loneliness and security is a real thing. I mean, I do feel like a lot of people do get in especially stick in long relationships they're not supposed to be in just for that reason alone.
Mhm.
They don't want to be alone. Some people aren't secure with themselves and actually be alone, and which ended up leading them on to the next bad part. Honestly, I think when it really came down to it for me, and I was looking for someone to be with. She was good looking. Oh, she was good. She was this or that. And obviously that didn't work all the way until the end. What I really realized that I just needed was I needed to find my best friend. I needed to find a person that no matter what, we was gonna ride together. No matter what crazy, silly thing we went through, we was gonna figure it out together. Someone that I knew I could trust and be with forever and all of that. So I mean I think when people really break it down, if you really just look for that person that you know your characteristics stick closest to, not this one thing that and then everything else is toxic. It's gonna help you a lot in that dating pool.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, you gotta ask too. I heard someone say, you know, uh, do you want a wedding or do you want a marriage? You know. So I mean, you want a wedding, then don't mess up nobody's life. Just put some money together, and have a big party.
I know that's right.
you know,
Right.
That's right.
uh, you know, there's some people that want to be married just to say that they're married. You know, I think the ones that I hear a lot are, oh, I need to be married by 30. You know, so one woman told me, she wanted to be married just because, you know, I was meant to be a wife. You
Mm.
know, I mean, not to me. um,
So, so Donna, I'm gonna go back and get something before I forget because I had a comment. You
Okay.
asked before your nephew came on,
Okay.
how do you deal with the woman that is going through the healing process? How do you approach that? And I can only speak for myself, and I'm still striving to operate in that from this perspective. When you're dealing with a person that has that type of background or hurt, we as men have the same type of hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and those
Mhm.
triggers for both parties can be major.
Mhm.
When they're going through it, the trigger is, oh, wait a minute, that looks familiar, and
Mhm.
it's a self-evaluation
Mhm.
while you're trying to be there for that party. And
Yeah.
so I bring up this concept when you're dealing with that type thing is during the pandemic, they had what they call essential workers, right?
Mhm.
So in the relationship, when those things of the past come up, do you identify the essential things in the relationship so that you don't fall in those crevices and trip up?
Mm. Mhm.
I'm glad you circled back to that because
Yeah.
um my last marriage I dealt with that a lot, and for the life of me I try to navigate that space to the detriment of my peace of mind. Um I've said to myself now, I'm not going to deal with that. So when it comes to how do I deal with a woman that has that type of baggage and pain and everything, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm gonna tell her up front, look, this is where I am. I need to know where you are, and if you cannot identify that pain and hurt and navigate through that so that we can work together, I am not the man for you, because you know I have my own things going on. I'm not going to unpack your bags. And I was literally told that, it's your job to unpack my baggage. And I
Mm.
almost allowed myself to fall into that. But, as things went on, it was like, that's not my job. My job is to be there for you when in what we're doing. I can't not be responsible for unpacking 5, 10, 15, 20 years of baggage, pain, and hurt that you've been carrying. Now, if I say, hey, how about try counseling, or let's talk, or this, that, and other, and you're resistant to that, going back to submission, you do not trust me to lead you to the water to have a drink. So
Wow.
if that's the case, I'm not going to deal with it because I don't have to, because again, that's the detriment to my peace of mind. And if my peace of mind is not safe dealing with you, then we have a toxic environment, and I refuse to dwell in toxicity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Taking responsibility. I like that, King, because I think some women feel like that men should take on those burdens because they're men. And I think a toxic way of thinking is because I have these issues and problems, and he's a man, then that's what he's supposed to do. Which sounds like where that thinking came from in your past relationship. But Jerome said something too, and I kind of want to circle back a little bit. Men have traumas as well. Men have traumas as well. And that's one of the things we spoke on when I was talking with the ladies, that we have to realize you all are human. You all's hearts pump and beat and blood flows just like ours. Y'all have dealt with hurts. Y'all have dealt with things that y'all are maybe not healed from. But it all comes back to taking accountability and responsibility. I want this woman to love me, but I got to do something to make sure I'm lovable. I got to do something to make sure I'm healed from these issues and problems that happened well before I even met her. And the same thing, vice versa. The same thing, vice versa. So, accountability and doing something about it. I love
Yeah,
that.
and I think that's a great point, man. Like you really cannot put yourself in a position for a person to say that, well, it's your job to fix me. It's your job to deal with what every wrong thing someone else has done to me, and now I need you to fix it. And I think that's where people get it twisted a lot of times. A lot of us are dating in our later ages, and you gotta be able to person is dating because shit ain't working out basically, you know what I'm saying? So I do feel like what Donna said is so true. We both are coming with baggage. Every men and women, we're both coming with it to the table. We both been probably been hurt, cheated on, lied to, scammed, all of that. And I think accountability is big on both sides. Like everyone got to recognize that I got to deal with what I got going on, and I want this person to be a partner in dealing in it with me, and then maybe I can help them with what they got going on too. So I think if that like conversation is had up front, like we said, vetting the process, letting it be known, like, hey, these are things I went through in the past. I'm working on trusting that again, but I might need your help with X, Y, and Z for that. That's where it come up front.
Yo, give me a sec. We have some feedback. I'm not sure who it's coming from. Can y'all kind of, I don't know how you can really kind of check your devices. I don't know who the feedback is coming from. Anyone else hearing it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
Little echo.
Yeah. Okay. Let me put this question up real quick. This is from Ashley. She said, can you have that companionship, backing up a little bit, can you have that companionship without marriage?
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Heck yeah.
agree.
Heck yeah.
You can.
Marriage is really
But
just
that
a
takes
choice.
Marriage is what now?
I was just saying, marriage is really just a choice that you're wanting to signify that y'all are locking in forever. But nah, you definitely don't need to be married to really share that common bond.
Um, Let's see. Claudia said the purpose for me being in my marriage is because I want companionship, leadership, a spiritual partner, a wonderful lover, and a trusted ally. All of that. All of that.
Mhm.
Hey, Donna, I want to go back and get something you said about putting the load on a man um, coming from a woman. I won't say all women are this way, but I think a lot of women don't understand men in this capacity. If you bring us something, we'll take the load, but we're going to fix it or we're going to tear it apart to figure out what's wrong with it. But a lot of times we have to learn sometimes to just listen. But if you give it to us and put it on our plate, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna, if it's not working, we'll figure out a way. And if it's
Mm-hmm.
dealing with that woman, that's where the battle starts, because it's not trying to fix you, but if you bring us a problem and it involves you, we don't see you. We just want to
Yeah,
fix it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
that
Okay.
is
And
factual.
don't complain how we fix it, because if you bring that problem to us and we know you like we
What?
should know you, then we know how to fix that problem.
And you take the
And
Exactly.
if you're not satisfied with how we're fixing it,
heat
then
shield down
that's a different conversation.
From what?
Right.
on this charger.
Cause
To look
that
at the
that was
carrier battery.
good. That was good because that means, do
Where's your
I
inbox?
really trust you? Do
Hmm.
do I
Well, it's
really
small.
feel like
I'm
if
using it
I
right
have
now.
to question
I guess you
and let me kind of make it clear. I think
already
this
got
kind of
the
goes
attachment,
two
don't you?
directions. It can
No.
go two directions.
What do you
Lou,
mean? No, they're in your
hey,
box.
mute. So I
Yeah, I
think
got
this.
you.
Thank you. I think this can kind of go two directions. I think sometimes we can get in situations where our lack of trust has nothing to do with the person.
Hmm.
It has nothing to do with the person that wants us to trust them. It could be again those traumas and those situations and those issues that have us like this with this wall. Like I want to be here, but so like y'all said, you bring that problem, and that man is standing there saying, "I got you. I can help you figure this out, or I figured this out. You just stand back here, and I got it." So, ladies, I guess this is a kind of a note to us. We have to realize as well where our healing is. And if you don't trust the brother, you can't be with the brother. But if your lack of trust is from another brother, you got to get that healed because that's putting that on him. All of that kind of, I don't know. I don't know if that made sense, but it makes sense to me.
Yeah, you can't just say it's a me problem. I have trust issues, so I can't trust you. Like you got to come with it to say, all right, if I'm locking in on this again, and if you ain't made that decision, then we shouldn't be where we at. We should
There
already
you go.
have been and cut this off. Let me know I can go somewhere else. But if you are making that decision, like I'm locking in with this person, you have to know that that goes along with it. I'm gonna have to trust what they say, trust if they're trying to help me, and trust that they are doing something that they believe is the best thing for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sticks and stones. Does she feel submissive? So when we say sticks and stones, y'all, I kind of started this off with both titles, both topics for the men and the women, sticks and stones. Because you know the old little nursery rhyme, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me, which is a lie.
I know, right?
It's a lie.
Big
Sticks
lie.
and
Big
stones
lie.
do hurt, yes, but those words. So let's talk about the words. Let's talk about the
Mm.
words. This woman is in a place where she's needing, she's looking, she's wanting to have that safety and security. And it's not just in actions and deeds or whatever, it's them things that are said. Those things that are said. So we talked about with the men, the things that we can say, the things that we may have said in the past that feel like sticks and stones.
Hmm.
What's y'all thoughts on the words? How your woman, if for whatever reason you're feeling like this woman is not bending, she's not being submissive. She's not, because I said, what y'all go with that for me with those words.
I think the thing with words is I always say when I was married, I would tell her, um, if I say something to upset you or to hurt your feelings, uh, just let me know. Because if I say I love you, I'm not going to intentionally hurt you, you know. So, just let me know, and a lot of people think that they can take words back, you
Hmm.
know. But once they come out, then they in the universe.
Yeah.
You can't take them back. And often a person never forgets the words that you speak to them, especially if they love you. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I usually go by the concept. I mean, I don't think enough of us really think before we speak. And,
Hmm.
I usually try to go off the concept, especially in your marriage especially 100%. Don't say nothing that you might have to apologize for later. Because you was already at a position where you knew you shouldn't have said it. You knew you were coming out with something that you probably already, while it was coming out, was gonna regret. So don't spit words that you know that you're gonna have to make up for later.
I think for me, when you said what she may say that appears that she's not being submissive,
Hmm.
and the words that may come out that you can't take back, is true. But I think when a man hears that, I don't think it's really what she's saying or the words. I think it's the rapper that I feel or you feel like you're not respected. And then
Hmm.
those words carry a heavier weight. But it's not about the words, it's the the underlying crux of the problem that it's about respect for men. At least
Yeah.
my
Yeah. Yeah. King, you got something?
I can agree with that. I mean, the words play a factor, but if that person does not respect you, then that's what those words are. That lack of respect.
Hmm.
And me dealing with that, I was faced with my ex-wife saying intentionally saying things to try to hurt me. But for me, it was like I was like, you really trying to say that to hurt me? Like I've dealt with those issues long ago, so those words are not hurting me. But I see because you're using those words, you don't respect me. Whereas I cannot expect you to submit to me in any form or fashion, any level, because you don't even respect me enough to not attempt to hurt me with words.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Um. Hmm. Those words. They roll out so easily.
They come out so easily, but they so hard to get back.
They do. And they're hard to get back. And they're hard to get back. So Jerome, you made a point. You said, and I truly believe this, that men require respect. We hear that women want to be loved, but for men, that respect, loyalty over love. I've heard that loyalty over love. Needing that and wanting that, but knowing that that's what men require and that's what y'all need and that's what y'all want. For the woman, having that opposite, almost that opposite, and of course, women want to be respected as well. Everybody wants to be respected. Um, Before woman, could y'all kind of speak to that gentleman that feels like regardless of what his word is bond, she don't get to question. She just need you're supposed to be submissive. That means whatever I say is whatever it goes. Because we talking, this is real life relationship growth. So I'm sure either we've heard it, we know someone that speaks this way. What would y'all say to that brother that says, Once you take my last name, that's it. What I say is what goes. What would
Well,
y'all say to that, brother?
if he says that before he gets married, I'm going to tell him, bruh, you don't want this.
Don't get don't get married, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Say that if you're coming to a marriage where, just like I stated in the beginning, if you feel like that you're bringing something to the marriage that's gonna make you better, and from the man perspective, if all that is your name and the fact that you a man, then you ain't in it for the right reasons. You're not looking for a wife, a partner, a best friend, and that's why, because people come into it with the wrong expectations. So, to me, being submissive, and I think it'll tie in. To me, being submissive is speaking things into your partner that's going to help them grow. You want to be submissive to somebody who can be more capable than you, who can do more. Oh, sorry, cut out for a second. So, speaking life into your partner, making sure they up all the time, making sure you're saying things that's keeping them driving and towards their goals, which is y'all goals now. That's really, really where you want to be at for in my opinion, the term submissive. Make it being the person that's gonna. It's like being the assistant coach to your head coach, making sure I'm giving you everything that's gonna make this team thrive.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now this picture, y'all pop this one up. Because of course she's all smiles and he's giving her that kiss. That to me speaks reassurance. Like I don't know what was going on, but she looks like she's in a happy place. And I don't know if she was in a happy place before she got that kiss and she got that little bit of affection from her man. But making her smile like this, making her smile like this. I often say, if you're not focused on doing that, what are you there for?
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking to just kind of the me thing and what's going to work for me, what's the purpose? Like what are you there for? What are you there for? Let's snap up another picture, y'all. It goes both ways.
Yeah, I was going to say reciprocity.
Yep, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. Yeah, I love those two pictures. I saw those. I love those two pictures.
Sure. We love feeling loved up. I don't know where it
Yes,
got
we do.
lost. Where someone thought that men don't like affection, emotion. I love feeling loved up by my wife. It made me feel strong. Shoot.
Yeah.
I be cheesing just like dude in that picture.
Yeah. Yeah. Both ways. It goes both ways. I'm gonna put this last picture up. Um, well, there's two more pictures actually, but Jerome, I don't know if we need
I,
that last one.
I don't think we haven't had a reason to use it tonight.
Okay, okay. We'll save it. We'll save it. We'll save it. I'm gonna put this one up. And again, I don't care if you a believer in Christ, if you believe in God, Jesus, Jehovah, doesn't matter. I think the order of this, whatever your belief is, put that on top of that order because I think that's so important to have a foundation, to have a structure. This to me looks like principles. Christ to me looks like principles. So whatever it is that you need to put in there, put that in there. But underneath that, it says husband. It says husband. His job is to protect. Oh, let me put my glasses on because that one got a little small.
Oh my. Tell me.
Husband. IG, I'm sorry, just a description. It's the four umbrellas, and they go stacked down. The top one is husband, to protect the family, lead the family, provide for the family. The wife, underneath the husband, comfort, teach, nurture. The children, love parents, obey parents. Now, some people may look at that and they have a different thought concept. They have a different thought of order or whatever. But let's remember, we talking about what we talking about. We talking about what we talking about. Um, Having that man as the head, having him to be the umbrella that's covering everything, that's covering everything. I personally think, and I personally think I can speak for a lot of women. That is what we need. That is what we require. And if you're dealing with a woman, gentlemen, that does not see that order, then you got some questions to ask. But the purpose of this one tonight was for those fellas, those men, those gentlemen to understand and give us their points and their perspectives on the importance of making your woman, your wife feel, or your intended, understanding that she can lay it all down and trust you and submit to you and submit to you. So it's 9:22. We usually go about an hour, but I don't have a problem with it. I appreciate y'all being on. So this last part, I want y'all fellas to please give me y'all kind of closing comments and thoughts on that woman, her being submissive, wanting to be submissive, and what that looks like to y'all as men, you all's part, the part that you all play to make her feel that way. Was that kind of clear? Did I kind of to make her feel that way? Anybody can start if they like. Oh, let me say this.
Here,
I'm sorry, Nick. Give me 1 second. Once you say what you're gonna say, fellas, men, I'm going to take you off camera, but don't leave. Okay? All right. Go ahead, Nick.
being married for almost 1 year, this situation, because I we came to understanding that, just like I said in the beginning, I have talents that's better than mine, but all the time I started to recognize things where I noticed that my wife would follow my lead on certain things. A small, she would stay up late, go to bed early that night too. Things where we work on projects and we're better ourselves and catch out and watch TV. And if I suggest like, hey, we should watch this show that we're financing, and good for saving, we'll watch that. I do to being something great or leave her mediocrity, and that not for her, but you know what I mean, for like just being. I learned throughout that process that I have to be proactive in making sure that I'm making that's gonna really help us, because I know now she will, because my wife is a very much goal setter, go get everything. Like, I'm on the lazier side, then I ain't gonna do nothing but back her down. So over the year, I just I'm gonna lift her up, because she's gonna do the same thing. As much as I push her up to the top, grab him. So I think that stands on all of this when it comes to being, because I agree with you on Donna. She tells me all the time, like, it will fight, women everything, and sometimes like, damn, I was someone tricked us. So sometimes she says all the time, look, I some amount of money so I can just sit at home and do what we do, doing what I can to make sure that I'm gonna put her in the best position for that. Way it's just really natural for us. Everybody's gonna do it works best for them. I think men, we have to really understand like the power and like influence we can use that to make it great.
Nice. Sorry. All right, nephew. Thank you.
That was long.
Nah, you fine. We know you came in late. All right, nephew, I appreciate you. Hold tight. Hold tight. Lou, I'm gonna kind of let you off the hook, brother, because I know you at work. So we want to try to let you go as soon as we can. But I appreciate you staying on. Your last words.
Uh, no, I don't really have any.
Okay. Yeah, I know your focus has shifted, but I appreciate you. I know your focus has shifted, so I know you gotta go. Love you. Thank you.
I can't hear you.
All right. I'm gonna call him, y'all. It's okay. All right, King, what's your thoughts?
I don't know. I think Nick stole the thunder, man. But I think
Man.
in situations like this, communication is key, respect is key, understanding is key, and everyone has to participate fully, honestly, and openly in order to reach those higher goals and plateaus that you want to reach. Um, you just can't go in there thinking that submissive is a dirty word or anything like that. You just have to be honest in your understanding of that, and you communicate that with your partner what that looks like, because especially in these times, people are taking that word and they're turning it into so many different things that they have this twisted thought about it and what it may look like, and it causes chaos. But
Yeah, not it at
I
all.
mean, if you have a spiritual guide or a compass or whatever like that, you just have to focus on what is going to work for you as an individual and you as a team in building that. And when you put up that umbrella, for the wife, where it said comfort, teach, and nurturing, that woman has to understand that that is a critical role that she plays, because that does not go down to the children. It comes up to the husband. And
Mm,
it's not that you do things to make that person feel like you can submit or be submissive. It's like you do that to show that person that this is a safe place to where we could
mm.
submit to each other's needs, wants, and desires, and we can have a happy environment. That's all I have.
All right. All right. Thank you, brother. Hold tight. All right, Mr. Harding. Last but not least.
Hey, so when we talk submissive, I was intentional when I met Crystal, um, from an intellectual point of view, from how she approached life, how she handled life, her mentality on handling business, etc. So I needed someone I thought had a good ideal on that, number one, so
Mm-hmm.
that I could go into this relationship with thinking someone is equally yoked, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So saying that, being the head, if you will, it meant listening to her input. It meant me recognizing when she said something that I may have missed, or
Mm,
it came from a different point of view, that I included that into my decision making, if you will, for the family. Did it mean that I took all of it and went that direction? No, it may have made me think about how I massaged the final decision, if you will.
mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
the flip part of that is I'm willing to take the risk if I pick the wrong decision, that I have a plan to make sure we don't fall to the point that it hurts the family. I
Yeah.
have a mitigation plan. I have an idea of, okay, yep, that was a bad decision. I should have taken your input a little more in depth into the final decision, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the hard part that most relationships get into. See, I told you so, and you got to live with that.
Right.
But hey,
Right.
that's reality. If you
Yeah.
fail, it doesn't mean it's over. It just means you failed, and which makes you better at making decisions going forward. And don't beat each other up because, yeah, I should have listened. or you should have done what I told you. It's a learning process and walking together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. Yeah, don't kick a man or a woman when they're down. Time to pick them up and move it on and get it right. All right, Jerome. Thank you, sir. Give me 1 second. Hold tight. All right, y'all. This was great as expected. I really appreciate all the men. I appreciate all you all that tuned in. I have to say, hey to mommy. Mommy and daddy were on, so I always love it when my parents join. I'm gonna have to pick a topic where we gonna get the little short. I call it a little short lady. Where we get the little short lady on, but I appreciate them being on. Y'all, I hope we took something. All of us took something from these two topics. These two topics: the importance of speaking life into one another in our relationships, and understanding that we are individuals, but when we come into this thing called a relationship, we are on the same team. We are on the same team. So if you have some stuff you dealing with that you're struggling with, and I'm here for you, and same thing, vice versa, we have to work toward helping one another, healing one another, but we have to take individual accountability. If I didn't take anything from tonight, that stood out to me. Taking individual accountability so we can speak life into each other, so we can follow each other, dealing with those personals first to bring them into that perfect relationship. All right, y'all. Thanks so much. I will see you guys next week. Remember, send your topics. I'm going to get Facebook straight. I don't know what happened tonight, but kind of pushed everybody over to YouTube, which I'm not mad at. So IG, I appreciate you guys being here. Facebook, appreciate you guys trying and coming over to YouTube. And again, thank you so much to Jerome, King, Llewellyn, and Dominic. I really appreciate y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all do, because it's going to require the good, strong men to help everybody to keep coming up. Love on somebody, because you never know when they may need it. Good night, everybody. See y'all next week.